Good morning. It's Monday, September 5th. I'm Chloe Hendon, and thanks for joining us on Top Story for a Labor Day show. We'll be back with a regular Top Story and a chance for you to check out the full World Watch show tomorrow. Now this is Top Story. If you're anything like me, you might be a bit confused as to what this holiday is all about. I mean, it doesn't celebrate a particular event, and it doesn't have the sort of traditions attached to it like you find on other holidays, such as decorating a tree, or hiding eggs, or shooting fireworks. And to be honest, it's not celebrated so much as it marks the change of seasons. You're not still wearing white, are you? And yes, Labor Day is technically a federal holiday, so most US government employees get the day off. However, it's not a national holiday, which means each state gets to decide about giving the day off. And even if they do, it's still up to private businesses and schools to choose whether or not they labor throughout Labor Day. This holiday also has a somewhat convoluted background. You'll see what I mean. The first Labor Day celebration was held in September 1882, but it wasn't so much of a celebration as it was a networking event for unions. Unions are made up of workers organized to negotiate with employers. The Central Labor Union in New York City planned the event to unite different kinds of workers from different, smaller unions. They asked employers for the day off, but were denied. So they organized a one-day strike. About 20,000 people hit the streets of New York City. The festivities consisted of a march, picnics, and a lot of political speeches. Things took a different turn in 1886. That was the year of what's known as the Haymarket Riot. I'll tell you about it, but first, a little background on what led to the confrontation. Tensions were running high in Chicago, Illinois, and there weren't a lot of labor laws to protect workers. Long hours were commonplace. We're talking 60 hours a week. The average work week now is 40 hours. If you work over that number, you'll probably get paid overtime. And back then, there were no mandated breaks, and workplace conditions were often unsafe. Remember, in the late 1800s, the industrial world was booming. Small workshops were replaced by big factories, and the machines in them were really dangerous. Because many owners were more focused on profit than safety, a lot of people, including children, were risking life and limb every day. Now, back to the Haymarket Riot. Those were the conditions that existed on May 1st, when 300,000 union members had had enough. So they went on strike, 40,000 from Chicago alone. Their main goal for the strike was an 8-hour workday, a wish, by the way, that didn't come true until the 1930s. The strike continued for several days. A workers' march on May 3rd led to a violent confrontation with police. Several strikers were shot and killed. The use of force only made the union men more angry, and they organized another protest for the next day. Chicago's mayor observed the protest as it began and declared it a peaceful event. But when he left, police showed up and demanded the crowd disperse. And that's when things turned violent. It's still unclear who did it, but someone launched a bomb at police. Officers responded by firing into the crowd, and the crowd fired back. 8 policemen were killed and many others injured. About 70 demonstrators were also injured.
Take your college visit to Boise on the most fun weekend of the year. Reserve your spot now at boisecollege.com/fall visit.
The Haymarket Riot sparked a lot of action from the labor movement. In 1889, an International Federation of Socialist Unions declared May 1st to be National Workers' Day, or Labor Day, in honor of the union members who lost their lives in the Haymarket Riot. Unions kept marching for workers' rights, advocating for better conditions, pay, and time off. They fought tooth and nail for most of the things we take for granted at work now. National Workers' Day was also celebrated in Europe, where socialism was more popular. Russia put an interesting spin on it, using it mostly as a chance to show the strength of the communist Soviet Union with military parades. The day quickly picked up steam with states across America, celebrating with parades and marches. In 1894, President Grover Cleveland went ahead and made it a federal holiday. But he moved the date from May to September in order to distance the United States celebration from any association with communism. A couple years prior, Canada had done the same. To this day, America and Canada are the only countries with their celebration of labor in September. Work has always been a part of our lives. In fact, a good reason for Christians to celebrate Labor Day is that work is actually a gift from God. The Lord gave Adam and Eve the job of tending the garden even before they sinned. Work provides us a wealth of skills while teaching responsibility and creative problem solving. It also allows us to contribute to society and better serve those around us. So while it can be difficult at times, labor truly is something to honor and be thankful for. Make sure to check out the full site at worldwatch.news. You can try out the show for free for a week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Chloe Hendon. And remember, whatever the news, the purpose of the Lord will stand. We'll see you tomorrow.